What's going on, y'all? And this is something I really had on my mind. Because I feel like doctors just really aren't doing their jobs a lot. You know, some of y'all might have good doctors. I've never had a good doctor. I got diagnosed with high blood pressure at the age of 18. Okay. When I was in high school, I was 330 pounds when I graduated high school. I was 330 pounds, 6 foot four. Um, but after high school, I started drinking a lot, way more. I was drinking every day like crazy because of the people I was hanging with, smoking weed like crazy, smoking cigarettes like crazy. I was also not eating because the weed and cigarettes and alcohol was more important than food. And I was also just walking around a lot, selling weed, just walking to work, walking back and forth from work, walking or just walking, always walking, even with friends or whatever. I'm always walking. So of course, when I went to the doctor at the age of 18 after I graduated, maybe it was about 19 at the time, I get diagnosed with high blood pressure. My blood pressure is super high. So I've had high blood pressure I'm 33 now. I've had high blood pressure for about 15 years now. And in those 15 years, I've seen a lot of doctors. Well, the thing is, all the doctors I've seen, they never told me about keto. They never told me about dieting. They never told me about fasting, intermittent fasting. These are things I had to do research on myself. It's crazy. These are things I had to do research on myself. None of my doctors ever suggested these things for me. They would print out paperwork that says stop smoking cigarettes, stop drinking, the obvious things, but they never actually told you how to manage your blood pressure or how to even try to get rid of it. They'll just give you some medication. Here go a pill. Here go 2 pills. Here go 3 pills to manage your high blood pressure. Is that out of ignorance or is it just them not caring about their job? I don't even know. But the thing with me is, here's the biggest thing, y'all. The biggest thing about somebody that has high blood pressure, this is what y'all need to hear. All right. Well, first, I used to sell plates online. I used to sell hamburgers and chicken sandwiches and wings and, made the plates look real presentable. And I was selling like crazy, y'all. Like, it was some good ass smash burgers that I was selling off of Facebook. And, but one day I got health conscious a few years ago and I was like, you know what? I want to start selling healthy food, cooking healthy food for myself. I wanted to try to learn how to cure high blood pressure for myself. Things that inspired it were people like Dr. Sebi. So, anyways, I started looking into things like this, and this is how I ended up doing research on intermittent fasting or finding out about these things. But most doctors will tell you about high blood pressure. They'll tell you to stop smoking cigarettes, stop or to stop drinking and stuff like that. They never ever give you a specific diet. They never tell you to cut out specific things. They never say don't eat processed foods. They never tell you exactly what not to eat. They never do a good job of trying to treat their patients, man. Doctors really suck. They're good for taking blood and stuff like that. But here's the crazy thing about high blood pressure, y'all. They don't tell you not to eat sugar, do they? If you got high blood pressure, have you ever anyone ever told you not to eat sugar? Has anyone ever told you to try to take in a decent potassium level, bananas and stuff? Here's the craziest part about high blood pressure. Has anyone ever told you that you're supposed to eat salt? All the doctors tell me to cut out salt, not to eat salt. Cut salt out your diet. I've never had one doctor tell me, but you need some salt. You're going to want salt in your diet. I've never had a single doctor tell me that. They always tell me just cut it out. They're very vague in the information they give you. You need salt if you have high blood pressure or if you don't. All humans need salt, y'all. We need at least, I forget, it's about 1,500 milligrams. I don't even remember. It ends up adding up to like 3/4 of a teaspoon. Maybe even, I've even seen people just say a teaspoon of salt a day is what you need. You need salt, especially if you have high blood pressure. Because if you have too much potassium in your system, then you probably don't, then you're going to probably be sodium deficient. You need sodium to survive. If you got too much sodium in your system, you're probably going to need, you're probably going to have potassium deficiency. You're supposed to have them balanced. Because if they're not balanced, then your heart has to work harder and it can lead to heart failure and things like this. I've never heard a doctor tell me this. I had to do this myself, the research myself. Our doctors just don't care? Is it just a job where they just want to get you out of there? Like, listen, man, I'm just trying to go home, and get this patient out of my face. It's crazy. And it's funny because so many doctors mocked Dr. Sebi, but he was given so much knowledge, and all the doctors that mocked him, I mean, not necessarily the doctors that mocked him, but with all the doctors that mocked him, look how many doctors are on YouTube giving the same information that Dr. Sebi gave. Dr. Sebi said you should be drinking spring water. There's doctors on YouTube, some of the biggest channels with doctors on YouTube. They recommend the same thing. This is after Dr. Sebi. These videos are after Dr. Sebi. Come on, man. I feel like these doctors if you go to school to be a doctor, you putting all the energy into being a doctor, your primary goal should be to save lives. Save lives, extend lives. What are they doing? Your studying should not stop after school. You should still be studying as a doctor. You should still be coming up with ways to give your patients information on how to maintain health, maintain their weight, maintain blood pressure, to prevent diabetes, to prevent all these diseases. You should be telling your patients these things. They give us the obvious things, diet and exercise. It's more to it than that. What about a specific diet? What specific diet to me? Why I got to go do the research myself? Doctor, you're the doctor. Now I got to become my own doctor? Damn, where's my PhD? I feel like when I go to the doctor, I feel like they charge me. They charge me to go to the doctor. Bitch, I should charge you. I'm giving you information to give to your patients.